Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell, Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe. I would love to have some more subscribers. And if you show up weekly for some reason, welcome back. I did not post last week, and we'll get into that in a minute. So this is going to kind of be a dual week 24, week 25 post-op video. Yeah, so if that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned. All right, guys, again, I'm so glad you are here. So I'm looking at my notes. I wrote down a bunch of notes today to keep me on track. I had revision surgery from lap band to gastric bypass on August 7th, 2018 at St. Joseph's Hospital here in St. Paul, Minnesota. My doctor was Dr. Jeffrey Fossen. I had a highest weight for the surgery of 273 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 260 pounds. Last week I came to you at 221.8 pounds. And today I come to you at 220 pounds, 220.0 pounds. So that is a loss in about a week and a half since I last saw you of 1.8 pounds. You guys, the teens are, the teens are totally fucking with me. I'll say it. I'm 30. I can say swear words. They're totally screwing with me. Like a bunch of mornings I've woken up and I've been like 219, 218. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I don't see it for a few days. So that's right, I'm at 220.0 pounds. It's been a rough, the 20s have been a rough period, much like my regular life, my actual 20s. No, but the 220s have been around a while. I'm excited for them to be gone. I just feel as though it's time to move on, but I also feel like my body's getting used to things, and I do measurements on my body. I don't have them right now. They're over there somewhere. But I feel my body getting smaller and fitting into better clothes. So I am taking the road of, okay, my body's physically shrinking, weight will come. Or, those pounds will come. It is not fun waiting, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's talk about weather for a second. Oh my gosh. So, we are in the midst of a super cold freeze. I think some of you, or we will be, for some reason, the Twin Cities, and like Minnesota gets snow, right? That's just in I think it's on the state flag somewhere. But it's going to be unusually cold. This upcoming like Tuesday, Wednesday, we're looking at lows before wind chill at around -30, and then with wind chill around -50, -60. So I'm hoping that the governor calls for the schools to be closed, because I am going around to meetings and going around and working with different families all over Minneapolis, and I really don't want to be getting out and going in that, nor do I want my car to do that. I want to keep my car in the garage. So I'm hoping that they call it. If not, maybe I just need to take a day or two of personal time, because it's just it's not safe. We have no snow. We really have no snow, and we've had no snow this year thus far, which is not normal necessarily, but we're going to be getting about like 6 to 10 inches tonight. So we'll see if that does anything for school tomorrow. Minnesota's notorious for not calling it, and being from Washington State originally, a little bit of snow on the ground, and it's like 2-hour delay, 3-hour delay, school's canceled, whatever. So getting used to that, which leads me into working out. It's affecting my working out. It was too cold. It was -15, -16 before wind chill, so it was a little cooler than -20 throughout the week. And we get up at 4 and go at 5 to the gym, so it's very cold, very, very, very cold, to the point where like I can't physically get out of the house, and that's just the way it's going to be for the moment. It's different than times before. I would go and go and go and then stop, and that was it. Like, I don't want to do it anymore, yada yada yada. I still want to go. I still feel that. I still go to bed wicked early. I still do a lot of things that I want to do, and just getting back into that. I think we went 3 times last week in 2 days. I was just like, no, it's too cold for me there. God bless people that can do it even in that Arctic freezy, but especially with this deep, deep freeze. Oh, and if it's cold in your state, I think maybe it'll get down to like Missouri where little Kansas Kitty is. Um, it's just, if you look at pictures, maybe in Ohio, West Virginia, areas where like Daniel's Journey you're at. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Barb's Do Over down in Chicago. There's just this like chillsies. I'll blame Numi because they call it an Alberta Clipper, and Alberta is a province in Canada, right? Or is that a city? Oh, it's a province. Is that what they call them? Oh, I'm so ignorant. Oh no. Speaking of Numi, totally. Um, it's just funny, and I'll tell you all too, including Numi, because I haven't told her. I watch her videos as well, and you should. If you don't watch her videos, what are you doing? Go watch her videos. And I looked up where the Guelph General Hospital is, where she had hers in Ontario, Canada, and her hospital is lower, like this way, is this latitude, flat. That part of Ontario is lower than where I'm at. So I'm actually farther north, is where I live farther north than Numi, is what I'm trying to say, which to me is so funny because I always say up in Canada when it's really like, for her, it's down in Canada. So that's kind of a mind screw to me. So that's kind of funny. Food intake. Food intake's going pretty good, actually. I'm still not feeling restriction that people talk about. I'm still not feeling, oh no, 2 bites and I'm full. No, that's not necessarily me. When I have other foods, some certain foods like baked eggs or solid meat, yes, obviously, and I know all the things. I've read all the Facebook posts and the articles about how a denser protein is going to fill you up faster than a yogurt. I get it. I wish it was more. I wish that I would be full faster, but that's okay. I have to listen to my body. It's a tool. It is a tool, and I have to remember that. My body tells me one thing, and for me, I hiccup. When I hiccup, I'm done. I think I've said that a few times on here. When I hiccup, it's either done or one more bite and done. And that's helped a lot. We went to take care of some stuff for my husband's car yesterday, and we went to I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's called Pancakehuis. It's like a Dutch pancake house. Holy Pagoda, you guys. I'm gonna insert pictures of my food. I had that. Well, let's see if you can guess which one is mine. So I hope you saw that mine was the egg, and that picture, I was done. It was probably about this big, and I had maybe this much of it. And I also had some bacon. I had a couple pieces of bacon on the side too. So, it was really good. They have that off their low carb menu, which is just eggs and a little bit of cheese and some turkey. So good. And my husband had I think they're called like Dutch babies, or like the pancake. Oh my gosh, it was a bananas Foster. I don't even like bananas, you guys, but I tried a bite of it, and it was the single best thing I've ever had in my entire life. And he was smart because he yanked the plate closer to him so I couldn't reach it, which is smart, because then I'll get sick maybe. I don't know. Let's not test it. It is easier to maintain my food intake. Sorry, back to food intake. That was a big circle. My food intake is easier to handle when I'm at work. When I'm working and I've got things to do and I've got appointments on my calendar and I'm going around and yada, 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 it's easier to do that. Weekends, idle time, or less structured time throughout my day, there are pitfalls. They totally are. I find myself, kind of sauntering back to the kitchen and kind of seeing what's going on. And not that it's bad like it ever was before, but I'm like, okay, these are the behaviors that'll be a catalyst for returning to bad behaviors, and I don't want to do that. So I just have to be more cognizant, more mindful of that. I'm not supposed to count carbs, and it's interesting because I find myself specifically counting carbohydrates. And I eat Quest bars, which is so funny because a couple of you like them, and a lot of you hate them. I think they're super gross, which is fine. I've liked every single one I've got. I think they're so yummy. I can't do like the pure protein bars. I can't do Atkins bars. I can't do any of those. They gross me out. So I just really like the Quest bars. So I wish they weren't $8 for 6 of them, but that's a story for another day. But I look at those and I'm still trying to understand the difference between a net carb and just regular carbs. And net carbs are okay, and yada, yada, yada. And I asked my nutritionist, and she's like, don't count carbs. We're not counting carbs. You're working on your protein, you're working on your water, you're working on making sure that there's not 10 grams of fat or less, and 10 grams of sugar or less per meal. That's kind of what we're looking for. So that's a hard one, because everything else will fall into place, but, you know, I try to be cognizant of the carbs. So again, I'm looking at my list here. So my goals for spring, my 12-week challenge is still going good via Jessa Cakes, and I know I'm going to butcher it, RNY and NC. We kind of keep each other, and I tag little Kansas Kitty in it too. Like, we'll talk in the mornings, usually like an Instagram story or something, just to kind of say, hey, I did it. I was able to do this. I was able to do that. This is good. It's really helpful. And then there's some great things that we're doing at the gym. My husband did an amazing job on the workouts, and it's funny because, you know, he is an Army guy, ex-Army, and I am not, and I can keep up on the workouts better than he can, which I think is totally good. I think that's good, number one, because that makes me feel good, because I think he thinks that I can't, but two, I physically weigh less than him. He's got 30 pounds on me. I mean, he's a big dude. He's 6'1". But it's nice to know that, yeah. But it's interesting when I look in the mirror, like, because our gym has just mirrors all over it. And to see where we carry our weight, because, you know, he's 250, I'm 220, and we look similar in a lot of ways. I'm smaller in my torso, but then I'm much bigger in my hips and my butt. So it's really interesting to see how that does it, just as we're built as people, but then how it is when you take that and they're like, oh, okay, but what do you weigh versus what do you weigh? We're about the same height. I'm 6-ish feet. He's 6'1". Perspective, I wear a size 10 and he's a size 12 shoe. So we're a little bit different that way. What I've noticed is, and I'm sure you guys know it too, my weight goes up and down. Like I was talking at the beginning of the video. Yeah, it said 219, but then it said 223 the next day. Is that water? I'm not eating chocolate. I'm not eating cookies or candy. I'm not. Oh wait, I did have a couple of Hershey's Kisses this week. I had to get the candy box out of my office, but I don't like that, but that's a part of life. I mean, we can fluctuate as much as 10 pounds in a day. Water is very, very, very heavy, and yeah, we pee a lot of it out, but that's just, it is what it is. A good time for me to weigh, like my lowest point in the day weight-wise, is usually mid-afternoon, because I've noticed when we're talking about going to the bathroom, I'll go to the gym or I'll get up and move around, and then I have to use the bathroom. So that's a more accurate representation of where I'm sitting at weight-wise. I did want to talk about some mindful eating. Mindful eating is really hard, especially like I was talking about in those non-structured times of my day. So being able to mindfully eat. I will have some snacks throughout the day. My favorite snack right now is salted peanuts. Let me grab those and show. So yeah, I get Planters honey roasted peanuts. I don't know if you can see. It gets kind of dark because the lights are right here. But I love these. These, a cat full of these will do me. And as far as, it's a little high in fat, which is the sucky part, but sugars are only 4 grams of sugar and carbs are 7. I'm not supposed to let it go, but fat is 13. So I take it with kind of a grain of salt, salted honey roasted peanuts, but they're really good and they kind of do it for me. They hit that savory and that sweet that I feel like I need a lot of the time. What else are we talking about? Halo ice cream. I've seen all of y'all, Addie and Joe TV, and Little Kansas Kitty, and I'm pretty sure Danielle's journey. Y'all have tried Halo, and I'm like, I gotta try this Halo stuff. So I did, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is so good. I had the peanut butter and jelly one. I had about half of so I had 2 servings, I guess, but I had that yesterday, and it was so yummy, and I don't feel as guilty for it. It's the first time I've had ice cream since surgery. I didn't feel great after it. Didn't feel 100% like, yeah, that's great. But I didn't dump necessarily. I literally was like, called to my husband. I was like, do you want this? He goes, no. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to keep eating it then. And so he came out and he took it, put it in the freezer. So Yeah, it's really good. I think that's a great treat to have. My still go-to treat is the peanuts and some popcorn. So um, it's there's a brand here in Minnesota called Boom Chicka Pop, I think, and I'll have that. But yeah, again, I like little Kansas Kitty told me all about the Dan and Lighten Fit. I have not had an Oikos 000 since I fell in love with the Dan and Lighten Fit, the apple pie and the cheesecake, the strawberry cheesecake. Forget about it. So yummy. Yeah, I've decided I really like my Fitbit. I got this on my birthday, which was also the day I got surgery, so it was a birthday / surgery present from my husband. I love it. I really want the Nissan Versa, the Fitbit Versa, the little square one. I have an Apple Watch 3rd generation. I don't use it though because I don't like to charge it every night. I forget it. It's not worth it. It's clunky. I know it's there. I don't know my Fitbit's there. I don't know if any of you have Fitbits, or tell me in the comments, like, what do you think? Like, do you use Fitbits? Do you have the Fitbit Versa? I've watched a bunch of reviews of it. Do you feel like it's on your wrist at all times? That's what I'm concerned about, because I love keeping track of things, especially my sleeping and my steps. And that really helps. I'm hoping to be down in the next few days in the teens. That is the goal. And just keep on moving. I am absolutely a slow loser, which is fine. I will take being a slow loser over a slow gainer or a maintainer or a gainer at all. I will take that. I think we all of us in the weight loss world, the community here, we know that mindful eating and purposeful eating is the tool. Well, it's always the tool. As humans, shouldn't that be our best tool, is to eat mindfully? Well, duh. But it's something that I know I have to keep on the front of my brain all the time. And that's incredibly hard sometimes, but we do it. And I'm thankful that I have the tools to use, and I'm thankful that I have had this surgery. And, you know, I don't feel as alone when I see that, yeah, there's other struggles. You guys have had struggles too. You've done everything right for months and you didn't lose, or you gained, or things like that. And that really helps me say, okay, I'm not failing this. This is not a failure. This is just part of that journey. So I think that's it for today. I know that was week 24 last week, and week 25, which I usually post on Tuesdays, but I may post on Tuesday just kind of as a quick little update. See if we got in the teens in the next couple days. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you are in the Arctic air right now, I hope you are staying warm. I hope your heating bill is okay next month. And I hope you all are just keeping on keeping on. If you would like to, like I said, subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And we'll talk soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.